Okay, slightly different race video. We're doing a reverse grid start, so for the positions we finished in the first race, I was third fastest with a 58.6, believe it or not. So I'm starting third from the back. Nathan's starting second from the back, and then Alex Wentworth is starting at the very back. We just did our brief formation lap, which was terrible, I'll be honest with you, before we just came to this grid. We're now waiting for Sinead to give us the green light any second now. Okay, maybe longer than a few seconds. I don't really like starting on this side of the grid. I don't think anyone does, just because you've got to cover more track for the first turning. Anyways, I just go straight down the middle, as I always try and do. I'm now in between Nathan and Owen, Connor, Beth. I can see Callum's in front of Beth. Seems like Ben Coates is in front of Callum. See Andrew come out here. Yeah. Alex maybe second, another staff member. And yeah, bit of chaotic first few laps, I would say. So anyways, I've already gained however many positions. I don't know, 3 positions, 4 positions off the start. I lost count. Now, I know that the gap that I've gone through, either Nathan or Alex has probably followed me. It does become very apparent early on that there is someone who is rapid sitting behind me just because I keep getting nudged. And I think it's Alex when it comes to overtaking opportunities. So, I see Callum goes for my special move, switchback. I try and go for a gap that just, I'll be honest with you, it was just never there. The lad in front of me, I'm not sure if you can work out how tall he is in a go-kart, but he's 6'7". So I'll be honest with you, not bad for such a tall racer. He was keeping up with all of us in the long run. But it's always good to see such a tall racer do particularly well, because a lot of people do blame the height and the weight ratio. They put it down to one of the reasons why they're not so fast, which yeah, I understand it is a factor, but it doesn't affect you that much. I'm pretty sure he's probably doing 61-second laps, which in theory is less than 2.5 seconds slower than me per lap. Now, considering I'm a lightweight and him being 6'7", he's definitely a heavyweight because of his height. So he's probably packing 45, 50 kilos on top of me. And then if we said 20 kilos was near enough a second a lap in these go-karts, yeah, pretty respectable times. So, I see someone skids out, going up the up ramp. I take control of my exit, and that just allows me to pass that person with ease. I'm straight onto Callum's tail. Alex is in front of Callum. Now I need to work out how do I get in front of Callum, because I know Callum's going to look for switchbacks, and so am I. I pushed myself past Callum just because I had the exit speed. See, that corner is great for overtaking if you can get that exit speed. I think I'll do a nice little switchback here on Alex. Suffering with grip issues, clearly. And straight away I'm into P3. Now this is where the race gets very entertaining, so I should say. I catch up to Ben and Andrew at the end of this lap, going to the next lap. I think once we get there, Andrew defends pretty well for a little bit. Ben gets past, and then I follow suit. So you can see my concentration is more on these two in front as I just clipped the apex. When I'm racing, it's always better. It's just like driving a car. It's always good to be looking well in front of you, just so you know what's going on ahead. Any dangers, any crashes that happen, you're aware about it and you can stop in time. So that's kind of why I lack concentration when I'm actually going through certain corners. So yeah, I could be more clinical if I was focusing on my own driving, but I'm too busy thinking what I'm going to do when I catch up to these two, which I am right now. So it's took me a lap to get pretty much on Ben's tail. Like I said in the last video, Andrew in front, rather be karting. He is recording in 360 degree footage, just like I did on my new fastest lap of the fleet of go-karts. So expect his videos shortly. Ben bounces off the tyre wall there and just causes him to tap me and me tap him. I try and push my way through the gap, but yeah, you just can't really do anything when the gap closes that quick. Alex is still nudging me from behind. I don't know it's Alex right now, but when he passes me, I work it out by simple maths. So I'm not sure how long I spend behind Andrew and Ben. I know I spend a lot of this race behind Ben just because he's defending very well. And when you defend well on this track, you literally can't do anything. You can't overtake safely at all. The only way you was going to get past Ben was probably by nudging him out the way. But I really don't like doing that stuff. I can see Andrew goes from like a fake cell to go on the inside line and takes the outside line, squeezes Ben into the tyre wall a little bit, maybe slightly too much. I clip the corner there because I'm too busy concentrating on these two battling. It seems that Andrew is doing my work for me. He's keeping the gap that I have to Ben really small just because he's closing out every gap. Now I actually do Ben a favour there by nudging him. I've nudged him that much that I've actually got him through Ben. And then I also take the opportunity to sneak through as well, and I purposely brake so I get the up ramp exit speed. So now it becomes a race between Ben in front of me and Alex, who is behind me. As soon as I start tailgating Ben, maybe going down the down ramp, I might feel a little bit of presence from Alex. Tried to go down the inside line, but you can see that I'm just not getting. I'm not sure what it is. It's like the speed just wasn't there for me. I'm weighing near 30 kilograms less than Ben, so you'd expect me to fly past him on the straight into the first chicane, but it just wasn't happening. Now Ben is in kart 16. I'm not sure. I think it's a relatively good kart right now. Ben came off of a 59.9, which for his weight category is a very good time, being in the heavyweights and all. Now I'm patiently trying to find an opportunity to overtake him, but there's just nothing. Like, he's giving me nothing worthy of trying for. I keep trying to take the inside line, but I'm just too far behind when he goes through the straight. I see he closes and he goes a lot narrower there, so I can't switch back him. And then, kind of my mistake, fair play, couldn't do anything about that, so Alex did that a lot better than I did. I went wide to try and get the switch back on Ben to get the exit speed, and Alex just decided he would undertake me because I gave him all the space. So now I've technically lost a position. Alex kind of goes for a gap there that I'll be honest, I'd say it just was never there to start with. Maybe he saw it from his point of view differently to what I saw, but that gap was definitely never there. That's why it caused a bit of them two coming together and slowing down. I think Alex makes fairly quick passing of Ben. So you can see there, Alex is trying to go for the inside and Ben knows it. So I try and do the move that Alex just done me back on him. It is a quite strong move. I'd say that is the easiest corner to safely gain a position. Fairly gain a position, I should say. So me being behind Alex kind of gives me a better look at Ben's weaknesses and strong points. I nudge Alex there because he had to slow down as Ben was going slower on the up ramp, obviously down to weight class. Nothing you can do about that. But in terms of opportunities to overtake, Ben's just defending very, very well. And if someone says that you can't defend a much faster racer when you're in a total different weight class, complete lies, because Ben's just held up tremendously well. Alex has got past him now, as he took the apex narrower and kind of forced Ben into the far tyre wall, which is a move that I kind of try to aim for, just because it means that there's no contact involved and it kind of forces the other driver to slow down and take a much different racing line. Now Alex has got the clear track, so I'm expecting Alex to start running away with this entire race. I still need to get past Ben, but like I said, there's only probably a second a lap difference between our lap times, and everyone knows who comes here who's an elite racer, who's a fast racer, knows it is hard to overtake people who are going less than a full second slower than you. There's just not many opportunities to do it safely. I'm trying for the switchbacks every lap, and I just can't. I try and go narrow here, but then I give Ben the inside line, so I immediately lose my speed and the position. You can see this is very, what would say, very good driving from a racer. The awareness to close me out correctly without doing it dangerously is probably the last 6 laps of this current race. He knows exactly my strong points. He probably watches all my YouTube videos. I'm pretty sure we did discuss it, and he does watch my YouTube videos. I mean, we are pretty good friends. We race there a lot together. So he knows my style. And then he does say after the race he gave up defending there, so he does let me pass. Nice, easy. Behind me is probably Nathan at this point. But my car was actually good. You'll see for the next 2 laps, the final 2 laps of the race. I know, very unlucky that I didn't really get much clear laps in, but I do start catching Alex up, who's in front of me, and he's just on a 58.499. So you see Alex's pink helmet that he's there. It's just gone past the post when I've come up the mini ramp, and I'm pretty sure on the next lap I come up the mini ramp just before he hits the post. So marginally I was definitely going faster, but the issue is he had 3 more clear laps than I did. So when I come off on this race, I'm sure Alex does a 58.7, a low one, and then I do a 58.7, a slightly higher one, and Nathan may even do a 58.7. Literally, me, Nathan, and Alex Wentworth, 58s all night long, pretty much. Alex didn't race in the last race. he did race a lot of sessions before he even came on this race. I don't know how he copes. I arrived maybe 2 hours early, and he was on track every race as I arrived. So his hands must be feeling it, something must be feeling it, because these steering wheels in this track is very tough on your arms. If you're a new racer, you really need to come here maybe once a week, if you can, because if you come any less than that, you will never get into the shape for this track in particular. It is very tough on your body. I guarantee every good racer who races indoor tracks will tell you that this is probably the toughest indoor track physically. So yeah, I can see Alex. I'm catching up to Alex. Well, it's the end of the race now, so it doesn't really matter. But for the last 2 laps, I was actually gaining on him really slowly. So I was thinking potentially my last 2 laps were very good lap times. But I think there was both 58.7s, maybe a 58.8 and a 58.7. But the car was definitely better than the first session, and in the first session I did a 58.6. So could have been somewhat good. It's just I could not get past Ben for the life of me. He just defended very well. So fair play to Ben. Anyways, that's the reverse grid start that we decided to do.